Hi, it's Gina with Breakfast with Billionaires, and I'm here with another book, and this one is with Donald Trump. I know some people love him, some people hate him. He is quite a talkative guy. He's got a lot on his mind. He doesn't mind sharing. He's been on The Apprentice. He's got his own hotels. He's a master developer with golf courses, and he's just a super big real estate guy. So I want to take a time to look at his book. He does have quite a few books, so this one kind of is very easy to read, where it's just kind of break points and very short chapters of like 1 or 2 pages long, where he just gets this point across. So I thought it was kind of the best one for me to focus on. And I broke it down to the 10 best tips that I learned in his book, How to Get Rich. So let's check it out. So Donald, his main thing is that he likes to think big. Okay, he knows that if he invests in a little rundown duplex on a street that nobody cares about, that it's much harder to get financing and nobody really cares, and he's going to spend the time anyway, so why not make it worth his while to really positively affect the community. So he says, if people are going to care, it's going to be easier to get financing if you think big. That's probably the number one takeaway. 2, this guy knows how to toot his own horn. I mean, he actually, I think he started he wanted to be in the film business, so he's kind of combined the film business with his real estate career, with the whole apprentice thing. But he just knows how to get his word out, his brand out, and just trademark himself. So that's a takeaway that we could probably all use a little more of that. He could probably, I think, use a little less of that, but he definitely gets the word out about his thoughts on things. So definitely could step up and make sure that, because if you don't say what you're good at, other people probably won't toot your own horn for you. So that's very good advice. 3, maintain positive momentum. He talked about in the 80s when he was doing really well in real estate, he kind of got a little cocky. He started going to fashion shows and going across the world, like Paris and Milan, and just kind of getting a little sidetracked and taking his eye off the ball. And he ended up, when the economy took a nosedive, he lost like $9.2 billion. And he said that he could recall walking in the streets of New York, seeing a homeless man and thinking to himself, wow, that guy is worth $9.2 billion more than I'm worth right now. Like, that was a really low point, but he knew it happened because he wasn't watching his business like he had been, because he had lost his focus. So don't do that. 4, get a great assistant. He said that it really helps you cope, and it really helps you be able to tackle the real problems in your life as opposed to focusing on the little things, the little loose ends. And of course, most people that are high up in the ranks, they're very much expanders, where they're always trying to conquer something new, and the assistant should be pretty much your opposite, where they want to handle the little details and kind of help you out with the day-to-day activities, whereas you're left to think about the big scope of things. 5, I really like this one. Keep your door open. Now, I work in a team environment, and there's been some people throughout the years that will close their door while, just during the day, and it does give off a very bad vibe of don't bother me, don't talk to me, I'm too busy to talk to you. And this is really critical when you're working on a team, because you want to feel approachable to everybody. You want to get more information, and you want to seem accessible, because if you're not, you're just going to give off this vibe of I know it all and I'm the boss and don't bother me. So I feel like this is definitely key. 6, getting a good foundation. Being a real estate guy that builds huge towers, huge hotels, he knows the power of having a good foundation, that if you build on a crappy foundation, the whole project is just going to go downhill. So you got to get your things in order before you can build upon that. 7, he's really good about visualizing and having a positive attitude, which he says gives off this vibe that attracts more good things to him. So he's very big into that. And then 8, he talks about spending some time each day where you're reflecting upon things. He says about 3 hours is good for him. But he did mention that he likes to read like 4 newspapers. He wakes up at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning just to start reading papers. He's definitely takes time to think about the bigger picture, which I really enjoyed doing with my Breakfast with Billionaires club, where I get up in the morning and read about these billionaires. So I recommend that as well. And then 9, you are your best advisor, especially when it comes to finances or your career. I mean, most people just hand their money off to a financial advisor for them to handle it. People just, they sit and they wait for their company to be proactive about their career and train them up. But you know, you've got to be proactive. You're the only one that knows how to handle your finances the best way. Just like, you know, for kids, like sure you can have a babysitter, but you're the only one that knows what's best for your child. And it's the same way with your career and with your investments. So you are your best financial advisor. And then 10 is about win-win scenarios. This guy's a master negotiator, which you have to be if you're in real estate. So he's got books upon books that are talking about how to negotiate, how to think win-win. And I thought it was interesting. I did not know this about Donald Trump, but I recently picked up the Forbes magazine, which I'm trying to find these billionaires as far as what to read next. And it did say that of all the billionaires, Donald Trump is got the most books. He's got 15 books compared to the other billionaires. So I thought that was interesting. It's definitely the toot your own horn side of Donald. And I know a lot of times he does co-author with people as well, but this book was really easy to read. It has like 1 or 2 pages per chapter, and it was just a quick read. I liked how the format was, and you could just pick it up and start in the middle of the book. You don't have to read the whole thing at once, but it was definitely worth the read to get the insight on the real estate side of things and how you can use that in your life day to day. So hope you enjoyed that one. I know it's kind of quick, but he's got tons of information out there on the internet. I like to listen to him while I'm on my walks. He's definitely got a really positive, high energy flow about him. So he's good to listen to if you want to kind of pep talk. And looking forward to my next book. See you guys soon. Thanks.